Yoruba dey talk say agba to jin si koto kawon ara yoku logbon. I think say now wetin dey happen for Rwanda be that o. As Rwanda president has suddenly approved the retirement of 924 military officials. Paul Kagame has approved the retirement of 924 military officials. On the list, we have 83 senior officials, 86 senior non-commissioned officers, we have 6 junior officers, and 678 end-of-contract retirements, 160 soldiers who were discharged on medical grounds, and they are all approved to be retired. You see, we cannot run away from the facts. We cannot leave the fact alone. Wọ́n ní bí ìgbà téèyàn ń pa ẹ̀tẹ̀ tó pa ẹ̀tẹ̀ tó fi làpálàpá sílẹ̀ ni. You know, you are leaving the real problem, and of course, dealing with the surfaces. It's not in dealing with the surfaces. It's in dealing with the root cause of the matter. African leaders they want to be running away from the facts, and they cannot go far. Our leaders can't go far with that. You can't run away from the facts. That you are not doing well. That you are enslaving the people. That our continent is not being developed. That we are not growing. That we have continually become a hub or survivor for the Western world without us knowing. That we are being fed upon by the Western world. But that we are being used to the advantage of the Western world rather than being used to our own advantage. Our wealth of resources, wealth of human resources have been taken out by the day. Our embassies are flooded with people who want to leave the country, even with their own money. Our embassies are flooded. The airports are loaded. People leaving the country and leaving the continent in droves and in their masses. How long will you run away from this reality? God said to Samuel, he said, for how long are you going to mourn for this guy? Seeing to it that I have rejected him. I have moved on. In other words, I'm already searching. I've already done my homework and I'm doing something else already. Even though the guy is still on the seat. He's not there. He's not there. And the truth, one of the facts and the truths that our African leaders have refused, to embrace is the fact that Africans are waking up. Africans are awake. Not a matter of they are waking up. We are awake. We know we are not where we ought to be. We know we are not where we ought to be. We know we don't deserve what we are getting. How on earth that in this age and time we are still being spoon-fed, whereas the resources is being taken from us? Some time ago we had that an airport was taken over in Uganda by a Chinese bank. Taken over. The Chinese they want to take over. They're actually taking over the world with the growth in technology and all of that. But here, when we find somebody who is doing well, we don't pay attention to such persons. We allow them to rot away. We allow them to rot away. And the wise ones among them, they japa and run to a nation that will appreciate them. And it has always been like that because our leaders are selfish and self-centered. Several videos of leaders cutting away millions and billions of dollars for selfish reasons. Monies that are meant for the people. Monies that are meant to build hospitals. Monies that are meant to build schools. Monies that are meant to build roads. Monies that are meant to build factories. Monies that are meant to give us electricity. You go stack it off somewhere abroad, pack your children abroad, so when you are sick, you have headache, you fly abroad. You are foolish. You are stupid. It's foolishness. It's blindness. Being blind. I remember Jesus Christ said the blind cannot lead the blind. And that's the truth. The blind cannot lead the blind. And so that's why you have seen the things that are happening recently. Femi Faneka, the former minister of aviation Nigeria, raised an alarm yesterday that we should expect more coup in the Francophone countries and of course West Africa. In this continent, we should expect more. Because even the way we are addressing the ones at hand, it is showing to the whole world, except they refuse to realize it or embrace it, that we are not ready. And our leaders, not that we are not ready, but that our leaders are culprits in what is causing these things. It's not all about just coming on the media and saying it mustn't spread, it mustn't go beyond this level, it mustn't. No! What are we doing that is making it to happen in the first place? What are we doing? What is happening? Or what are we not doing? What are we not doing? Politicians are richer than the people. Politicians. Buhari, before he left, he commissioned a refinery that is not even 50% completed, and said it will start work in July. We are in August. Don't finish today now. August has finished today, and from information from that refinery says they are just heading for 50%. So that refinery is going to work this year is just is comedy. It's just talk. So even next year, sure. Just so that Buhari will say that he's the one that commissioned it. A shame. Shame. There is nothing that is working. Nothing is working. Everything is dying. Sell NEPA. You sell them. One day, like some person said, God forbid bad thing. Like somebody, they sell the person's house and then some people just come in one day and say, we are giving you 2 weeks, you have to move, and you are wondering what for? How do you mean? This is I say, no, we are bought out. But they always say, from who? Look, you talk about person, they just throw one document at you. They say, we are coming back in 2 weeks. You must be out. And so we hope that does not happen to us. So coming back to Rwanda President Paul Kagame approving the retirement of 924 military officials. It's not the way out. That's not the way out. The ones that are left, Nigerian army commander say disloyal soldiers should leave the army. Disloyal soldiers. Who are the disloyal ones? Who are the disloyal ones? Do you know them? Will anybody come up and say, I'm a disloyal soldier? Nobody. Who will come out to say, I'm a disloyal soldier? Well, this is serious matters. And it's important that you drop your opinions, make them simple as possible. Well, the press release we got added saying that, with heading retirement in the Rwanda Defense Force. And that's Kigali, 30th of August 2023. It says, number one, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Rwanda and Commander-in-Chief of the retirement of the Rwanda Defense Force has approved the retirement of the following generals. Of course, General James Kabarebe, General Fred Ibigira, Lieutenant General Charles Kayunga, Lieutenant General Frank Musho Kamazi, Major General Martin, Major General Eric, Major General Augustine, Major General Charles Karabinma, Major General Albert Marasira, Brigadier General Chris Murari, Brigadier General Didas Ndahiro. We also have Brigadier General Emmanuel Ndahiro. Okay, those ones, blessed, those ones, then be brothers for inside that, inside their Rwanda Defense Force there. His Excellency the President has also approved the retirement of 83 senior officers, 6 junior officers, 86 senior NCOs of COs, as 678 end of contract and 160 medical discharges. This particular comment, very interesting, coming from King's Mill. It says Kagame decided to weaken his own military at the expense of Rwanda rather than leave office. This is the Kagame that Nigerian governors just traveled several miles to go and learn how to run government from. After 23 years in office and claiming to have turned Rwanda into Paris and Dubai, he is unable to leave office for the things he has started to be passed on to the next generation. This is coming from TNTC. It says, fear of the wind of Gabon. If you practice real democracy, you don't need to be afraid. That's the truth. If you're doing the right thing, you don't need to be afraid. If you are a product of clear democratic process, you don't need to be afraid. If the majority of your people are happy with your leadership, you don't need to be afraid. But if you are a product of criminal process, if you like retire all the soldiers and bring in new ones, the wind blowing will blow you off. I won't say more than that. If you like retire everybody and bring in new ones, who are the people you are bringing in? In fact, you'll be surprised. Do you know that things like this doesn't know I'm his relative, we are the same father. No, you'll be surprised that is your own Absalom that will set up a coup against you. Well, I'll leave you alone there. I'd like you to drop a comment. Please make them simple and civil. Let us know what your opinions are on this particular one. This is serious matter. Please share videos with others. God bless you. Bye-bye.